Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Friends, now we will see about what is chemical equation, what are the steps are involved in the chemical equation, and how to balance the chemical equation. For this balancing of chemical equation, I have taken one example. That example I will explain at the last. So friends, for this total, you have to see the video until the last. If you see the video until the last, you can get more knowledge. So friends, let's start the video. But before the starting video, my small request, once again I am saying, try to watch the video until the last, and if you like the video, try to share the video. Finally, subscribe my channel for more videos, friends. So friends, coming to chemical equation, same as usual, I have taken step by step. I will explain all the points. At final, I will explain just what is chemical equation. So friends, let's start. A chemical equation is the symbolic representation of a chemical reaction in the form of symbols and formulae. The substances which undergo chemical change in the reaction are called reactants, and the new substances formed are called products. So friends, for these 2 points we can understand that whatever the chemical reaction is taking with the help of or with the form of symbols and formulae, it is called as a chemical equation. This is the first point. And the second point says that whatever the chemical change is taking place in the reaction, it is called as the reactants, and whatever the new substance it is forming, it is called as the products. So here we have to remember one point, that is the substance which is going to get reaction, that is the reactants, and the substance which is forming after the reaction, it is called products. Reactants and products, these are the 2 points, main points in our chemical reaction. Next, coming to equation, I have taken one equation. See, calcium oxide plus water, it yields to calcium hydroxide. So what are the reactants and what are the products, I will say. See, if you here remember, you have to remember one point, that the arrow plays major role. The equations which are left side of the arrow, this is called as the reactants, and all those elements which are after the arrow, this is right side of the arrow, it is called as the products. This is a simple point we have to remember. And see, the plus symbol indicates more than one reactant or product. If you observe this equation, we can see a plus symbol. This plus symbol says that if it is more than one reactants or more than one products, this plus symbol is used to add them. Next, arrow indicates the yield, means like gives to, like calcium oxide plus water, it gives to calcium hydroxide, or we can call calcium oxide plus water, it yields to calcium hydroxide. So these both are the reactants which are involving in the reaction, and a new product is forming, it is called as a product. This is the small simple chemical reaction. Let's see what are the steps you have to remember. See, chemical equation generally written by giving its chemical formula. So we can see this normally as it is the word form, basic we will take in the symbols form. So that points I have taken, I will explain, no need to worry. Uses subscript to indicate the number of atoms of each element present in the compound. If no, it indicates number 1 is understood. So friends, for these 2 points I will say, see, normally in previous we have taken it is in the word form, but basically we will take it is in the chemical formula, that is whatever the element you will take, for that element the symbol will be there. With the help of the symbol we will write the chemical equations. Like calcium oxide, see, the calcium oxide symbol is CaO. Next, water, H2O, it is generally taken one. Next, the calcium oxide plus water gives rise to calcium hydroxide as the word form and the symbol form. This is the subscript. The subscript indicates that how many number of atoms of elements are present. So here see H2O, here 2 is taken for the hydrogen. So here 2 atoms of hydrogen are present in water. So this is the case, it explains. Next, coming to products, here if you see the reactants, here 2 oxygens are there, one at the calcium oxide, another at the water. So these 2 combines, and here you will get 2 oxygens, that is the 2 subscript, it is given to whole, that is OH2. This is the case of the chemical equation. You have to remember the subscript indicates that the number of atoms present for an each element, and the elements which are present before the arrow, that is which are going to get reaction, these are called the reactants, and the substance which is forming after the reaction, these are called as the products which are on the right side of the arrow. This is the simple up to these points. Next, how to balance. So why we need to balance? So balancing chemical equation, law of conservation of mass. So we know this, like see, the total mass of the products formed in the chemical reaction must be equal to the total mass of the reactants consumed. So these are simple points, friends. Whatever the products are formed, it should be equal to the same number of reactants. This is the law of conservation of mass. So same point like law of conservation of energy. We know the energy is neither created nor be destroyed, but one form of energy will be converted to another form. So same way, here whatever the products are formed, the amount of the products should be equal to the same amount of reactants. So this is the case of this law of conservation of mass. Next, the number of atoms of each element before and after reaction must be same. So this is the point. Whatever the number of atoms are formed after the reaction should be equal to the number of atoms before the reaction. This should be satisfied. If it is satisfied, then the balancing equation is done. Next, all the chemical equations must be balanced because atoms are neither created nor be destroyed in chemical reaction. So this is the important point, friends. By remembering this one point, we can confirm that whether the equation is balanced or not. So this says that the atoms are neither created nor be destroyed. So whatever the atoms, the number of atoms are present at the reactions should be equal to the number of atoms at the products. So this is the point we have to remember, and the law of conservation of mass plays major role in balancing of chemical equation. So friends, I said I've taken one example. So let's see the example for balancing the chemical equation. So simple one I have taken. Step 1, hydrogen plus oxygen, it gives to water, we know H2O. So here the equation is imbalance. How it is imbalance? We can check. See, first we have to take a small box where the elements can be kept, and we can note some point, that is here two elements are playing major role, that is hydrogen and oxygen. So I have taken elements hydrogen and oxygen, and LHS and RHS I have taken, and the number of atoms. So on the LHS how many atoms we have, and RHS how many atoms are there for hydrogen and oxygen. So let's check. If you take the LHS, there are 2 hydrogen atoms and 2 oxygen atoms. So 2 we have to note. Next, coming to RHS, there are 2 hydrogen atoms and single oxygen atom. So here I have mentioned. So by this we can say here one oxygen atom is missing. So it is imbalanced one. So law of conservation is not satisfying here. So we have to balance the equation. If you balance, here we have to get equal amount of atoms on each side, that is LHS and RHS. If both are equal, then we can say the balanced equation is done. So let's check how to balance the equation. Step 2, by assigning suitable number of coefficient before the formula. So previous we have seen subscript. Now if you assign the number of coefficients before the formula, then we can balance the equation. For that simple, see, write 2 before hydrogen and 2 before water. So how to write this here? That is 2 hydrogen plus oxygen gives to 2 water, that is 2 H2O. Here it is balanced or not? We will check. Sim. Take the same box. Here element hydrogen, oxygen, number of atoms on LHS and RHS. Let's check. Here coming to LHS, we have subscript 2 and coefficient 2. Both will be multiplied. So we will get 4 hydrogen. So 4 hydrogen. Next, coming to oxygen on LHS, it is 2. So 2 we have taken. Coming to RHS, that is product side, just multiply that subscript and coefficient. We have to get 4. So here we are getting hydrogen as 4 in the RHS. So we have taken RHS 4. Next, coming to oxygen, it is of coefficient of 2. So we are getting 2 again. So here oxygen are also getting balance. We can observe here, see, the LHS and RHS both are balanced. So by this we can say the equation is balanced. Hence we have started with imbalance equation, and finally we have finished with balanced equation. As it is simple, it is easy to understand. Some of the equations will be there with more than 5 steps. In that case also no need to worry. Just make the tables for each step and try to balance. So you have to add the coefficients, then the balancing will be done easily, friends. So as the equation is done, so hence equation is balanced. Next, here one important note we have to take care, that is the point I will say, the note I have taken. See, sometimes there is possibility that the coefficients of all the substances getting divided with a suitable number, since we require the lowest ratio of coefficient for reactants and products. So friends, here this point explains that there are many possibilities of coefficients that can be balanced, but we have to divide with the suitable. We have to take one suitable number and we have to divide with all the atoms, whatever the coefficients are there for the atoms, and each one should be get with the lowest number. So since we require a lowest ratio of coefficient for reactants and products, whatever the equation you are getting, it should be of with lowest ratio. If it is not lowest ratio, then we have to convert and you have to divide with a common number, and then we have to bring it to the lowest number. By this, the perfect chemical balancing is done. So for this, the above equation, there is a need or not, we will check. If no common lowest ratio of coefficient for reactants and products, there is no need to divide the equation. The above equation needs no division of coefficients of the substances. So friends, this point says that as the above equation is done with basic and lowest ratio, so there is no more procedure to do this one. So no need required for this. So for this example, I will take one more in the next video. I will explain in the next video how to balance this with lowest ratio. So try to watch the next video also. Friends, at the starting of the video, I already said I will explain at the last once again. So I will explain only the main points. Try to see now. So don't miss now. If you missed at the previous, now don't miss. It is important. See. So chemical equation, it is done with taking the symbols and formulae after the reaction and before the reaction. Simple, it is done. Next, so what we have to remember in the chemical equation, that is the reactant should be written before the arrow and the product should be written after the arrow. Or we can observe that the products will be after the arrow and reactants will be before the arrow. Next, a plus symbol indicates that it is a plus symbol always joins if there are two or more elements in a reactants or products. So here, as there are two, we have taken plus, and this arrow indicates that the reaction of these two reactants gives to one product. This is the gives to, or we can call yield. The calcium oxide plus water yields to calcium hydroxide. Normally it is in word form, but basically we will take in its chemical formula, that is symbol formula. Based on the symbols, the equation will be done. So for that, I have taken see example, calcium oxide plus H2O, that is water, gives to calcium hydroxide. In this case, this 2, it is the subscript. The 2 indicates that the number of atoms are present for this element. Here two number of atoms are there for the hydrogen. Next, coming to the product, here also you can observe that here oxygen and hydrogen both are with 2. Here this indicates that the oxygen are of 2 atoms and hydrogen are of 2 atoms. You may get doubt how the oxygen are 2 atoms. So if you add the calcium oxide 1O, that is oxygen, and add the water 1 more oxygen, if you add this both, you will get 2. And your equation is single calcium oxide. It is the same case at the reactants, and 2 atoms of oxygen. At the reactants also we have 2 atoms of oxygen and 2 hydrogen. So it is done, the balanced equation with the symbols or formula we can say. Next, so balancing equation, we have to remember single point, law of conservation of mass. So the atoms at the reactants will be equal to the atoms at the products. This is the single point we have to remember. If the number of atoms at the reactants and number of atoms at the products are imbalanced, then the equation is imbalanced one. So it is unbalanced, we can say. Next, for this we have to remember the balancing steps. Step by step we have done one example. So I will explain the example, just simple fast. So friends, example for the balancing chemical equation. Here I have taken hydrogen, oxygen gives rise to water. In this case, the oxygen atoms are missing with 1. That is the table I have mentioned. See, here 2 hydrogen we have at the LHS and RHS at the 2 hydrogens. Next, coming to oxygen, here LHS we have 2 atoms. Next, coming to RHS, 1 atom is missing. So we have to balance this. So for this balancing, we are writing the coefficients before the elements. That is, see, 2 before the hydrogen and 2 before water. So if you write these 2, that is, you will get 2H2O plus O2 gives to 2H2O. That is 2 number of atoms of hydrogen plus 2 number of atoms of oxygen gives rise to 2 number of water. So this can be checked by table. The table I have taken, see, hydrogen 4 number of atoms at the LHS and 4 at the RHS. Next, coming to oxygen, here it is 2 number of atoms at the LHS and 2 number of atoms at the RHS. the 2 will be multiplied with the oxygen, then you will get 2 number of oxygens at the RHS. So the balanced equation is done. Coming to the last point, we have to do the balanced equation with the lowest coefficient ratio. Next, as it is lowest coefficient ratio, here no much steps to be done, but some equations will be there. So I will explain one equation in my next video. Try to check the video. Friends, I hope you have understood the total chemical equation topic, that is starting from chemical equation and the steps involved in the chemical equation, what is the law in the chemical equation, next balancing. In my next video I will explain about taking simple example for chemical equation with more coefficient value to make it to the minimum coefficient ratio. And friends, I hope if you like the video, try to share the video and finally subscribe my channel for more upcoming videos.